We're recording. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to Bookshop Bombshells. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Andrea.
And we are going to tell you about some books that we read this week. So I guess the premise of the podcast is we're each going to bring you a book that we read. We're going to kind of tell you a little bit about it. Try not to spoil anything just in case you want to read it.
Hopefully it's good, and you also will just pick it right up after you hear this.
Hopefully it's good. I will say this week, my book was really good.
What'd you read?
So don't get mad. So we kind of had set some ground rules before we started. We wanted to surprise each other with a book, preferably a book the other one hadn't read. But I broke those rules. Because I've already talked to you about this book, and you've already read it.
You liar.
So this week I read Four Winds by Kristin Hannah.
That's a good one.
Yes. So me and Andrea both used to work at a bookstore together. That's how we met. And Kristin Hannah, like in my memory, was a
romance.
Yeah,
author.
She was in the romance section. We were like too good for romance.
We wouldn't have ever thought to pick up any of her books.
Yeah, it was like the covers were just like said it all. I was like, I don't want this book. But apparently, so she used to be a lawyer, and apparently, I think in like the 90s or something, she turned into a writer. She started writing romance. And then in 2018, she wrote The Nightingale, which was her first kind of like historical fiction novel. And it was like very well received. I have not read that one. I
haven't either. I've had it recommended by a bunch of people.
I probably should read it. But yeah, so like a year or two ago, I guess it was like a year ago, because I think the book was written in 2024. But you had recommended The Women to me.
Yes.
And I read that and I like absolutely loved it. And so I did not plan on doing this book for our first episode. I was just sort of like listening to the audiobook, and like texting you, just being like, oh my God, like, is it ever gonna...
Does this get better?
Yeah, like the book is amazing. It is so sad though. Like I was just like crying. I remember texting you. So we live in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. I didn't grow up in Oklahoma though. So I don't really think I got like the whole like Dust Bowl education. So like it hit me harder, I think, because I was like, I had no idea.
Well, I don't think they teach you that it's that bad. I think they show you pictures of people like black and white in the Dust Bowl, like with all the and like, hiding from the dusk, and you're like, okay, cool. Dusk.
The dusk.
It's dust.
The dust in the dusk.
The dirt in the air. But they don't really divulge into like how much it affected people. They're just like, oh yeah, everybody tried to flee.
Yeah. That happened and everyone left. Yeah. Grapes of Wrath, blah, blah, blah.
I don't even think I had to read that book in school.
I think I did. I was really bad about reading in high school. I think I watched the movie.
That's fair. I don't think I've even watched the movie. As somebody that's lived in Oklahoma for the majority of their life, I probably should at least watch the movie. But tell me about this book.
Okay, well let me finish. I don't know if you remember this because so I messaged you, and so we have a bowling alley that we've been to before.
Yeah, we've been to a few times.
Called the Dust Bowl Lanes or something. And I remember texting you and I was like, it is offensive that they named this bowling alley the Dust Bowl. Like, don't they know people were dying?
It was so happy in that damn bowling alley.
I know, and it's just like, it's like really expensive too.
It's kitschy.
It's very kitschy. It's like, I mean, it's a cool place, but like, yeah, I was just like, I cannot believe that they named this the Dust Bowl. Like, how dare they? But yeah, so anyway, Four Winds, it's about the Dust Bowl. As you know, Andrew, because you have read it. I kind of wanted to start off with a quote that just like
hits.
Really, yeah, it hit me real hard. It's so Jack says that I am a warrior, and while I don't believe it, I know this. A warrior believes in an end she can't see and fights for it. A warrior never gives up. A warrior fights for those weaker than herself. It sounds like motherhood to me. I know kind of out of context is really, I don't know if it hits as hard, but like, man, I was just like tears like streaming down my face.
I think it still hits hard out of context though.
Yeah.
Because you can apply it to so many different things. So.
Well, and like, I'm not a mother, and like the book still hits so hard. And like, honestly, there was a lot of times that I like sided with the teenage girl in the book. I'm like, I'm totally the teenage girl.
Same.
I'm 37 and I'm like on the teenage girl side. So let me tell you a little bit about the book.
Yes, please.
So it starts off in 1921 in the Texas Panhandle. It's centered around Elsa Wilcott. She's 25 and you ugly gross. She is like super tall and is basically like brought up to believe that she's just like never going to get married, never going to get a man. She's like an old spinster at 25.
Too ugly at 25. That's so mean.
Ugly. Yeah, no, it's like, and it's crazy. Like I do like when I started the book, I kind of like the whole like ugly girl thing. I was like, like it was kind of annoying at first, but like it does come into play. Like they really affected her, like how her parents and like the community she grew up in, like treated her. Like she just felt like unlovable. Like it was just, I guess being pretty is the only thing that matters
In the 20s.
In the 20s. So she's the daughter of a wealthy farmer. I think they sell like farm equipment. Like he's like more than just a farmer. Like they sell equipment to people in the town. She's desperate for love, and just like one day basically decides that she's going to make a statement. She cuts off her hair, into like the famous 1920s
Flapper Bob.
Flapper Bob. She makes this like pretty red dress, out of silk, I think, and like slaps on like some red lipstick and just decides she's like going to hit up a speakeasy.
She
Like,
said, I look fucking good.
yeah, she's like, I mean, it's probably the hottest that she could probably get, I guess.
From what her parents
From what her
think.
parents tell her. But like her parents actually, like when she's leaving the house, they are like, her mom like is just like, how could you cut your hair like that? Like you look even worse. And her dad is like, you can't leave the house looking like that. Like you're a harlot.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really rude. And so she just like gets all upset and storms out. She heads to the speakeasy, but the guy at the door like asks for a password. She obviously doesn't know a password. And he's like, hey, aren't you like Elsa Wilcott? Like your dad would kill me if I let you in here. Like you can't come in. So she ends up getting kind of intercepted by a man outside named Rafe Martinelli. And he's like, hey girl, like, look at that dress. Look at that lipstick.
I see you.
I see you. You're hot. And she's never been treated like that. Like never had the male gaze on her like that before. So she's just like immediately gets into his car, as you do.
As one does in the 20s.
Yeah,
during
no worries. When you never get attention and someone automatically gives you attention, like just get in their car, I guess.
Just do it.
He drives her off, and they end up having a very fast, quickie in the back of his truck. I really think it was just like
one and done.
One and done.
Pump
I almost
and
said
go.
pump. I almost said pump and dump. But I don't think that applies
Is
here.
that right?
I know that sounds gross. So it's like really quick, and she's just like, even though it was like literally, I don't even know if she felt it. She's just like, oh my god, the man liked me. Like her life is like forever changed just by this like one encounter.
She's also not a virgin anymore.
And that's,
I mean,
I don't know. Is that like, I don't know.
Is that a thing in the 20s?
I think it mattered, but I think that she was like, I'm never going to get married. So like, who cares if I'm a virgin?
Yeah, I
like,
could say,
whatever. So some time passes. Her family is kind of like gearing up to go to this 4th of July party. It's apparently a big deal. Like everyone in the surrounding area goes, and she ends up seeing Rafe at the 4th of July party. And he's like avoiding eye contact with her because he is with another woman.
Ooh.
And apparently it's like a fiance. It's like someone, I think he said something about his parents like like they were like gonna get married since they were kids. Like it was like
A setup thing.
Yeah, it was like known. But he's like, but hey, I still think you're hot. So we should like meet up.
You wanna?
Yeah, like let's do this. So they like make plans to meet up at midnight. She sneaks out, and they do the bump and dump, the one and done,
The one and done.
the
quickie.
the quickie,
The quickie in the car.
again. And I think I just figured out what happened. This is our second recording.
The first time.
Yeah,
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. This is definitely the first time. So they do the quickie again. She still thinks she's never going to see him again. But a couple months later, she starts getting sick, and her mom is like she knows. She's like, you're not a good girl anymore, are you? Like, I literally think she says that. Like,
Oh, I think you're right.
like ew.
Ew, what did you do?
Yeah, and she's like, so she's like, you're, they, berate her and, force her to tell them who the baby daddy is.
Who done it?
Yeah. And so the dad is like so mad. He like immediately drives them over to Rafe's house. And I think I forgot to mention, Rafe is like 18. So like she's 25 and he's 18. So he's like a young kid. And he's actually like has plans to go to college. Like he did not want to stay and be a farmer like his dad. And so Elsa's dad, drives them up to the Martinelli's house and is basically like, your son did this to my daughter. Like, she's your problem now. And like drives away.
That's so jacked up, dude.
Yeah. Like, I have so many things to say about her parents. And like her mom for like letting it happen. Like,
Okay, I guess this is our life now.
Yeah. Bye, daughter. We know they like just completely disown her. But Ray's parents are super sweet. They are farmers. They're Italian. They came from Italy with like literally just a penny. Like that's like a big theme of the book is like that
Everybody's gotten here with a penny.
The penny. And they've worked really hard, worked their land. They do grapes and wheat. And they basically tell Rafe, like, you're going to make this right and you're going to marry her. And they're Catholic, so she has to convert. They get married and they have their daughter, Loretta.
Aww.
Yeah. Which I think so Elsa has like a really good relationship with her grandfather, who I think is deceased by the time the book starts. But, Loretta is, from Laredo, Texas,
where
which is
he lived.
Yeah. Which is, I think he was like a Texas Ranger too.
Ooh.
Yeah. And he always like tells her to be brave and all this stuff. So she's a very timid woman, doesn't think like, she doesn't use her voice. She doesn't like speak up. And so a lot of the book is like her kind of like,
Figuring
like getting her voice. So they have Loretta. They end up having another child, Aunt, who's named after the Martinelli, like I guess grandfather. Aunt.
Which is a cute little nickname.
I know, Aunt. Aunt is so cute. He's 7 by the time kind of the book picks back up, and Elsa has been like working on the farm. She's kind of like one of those girls that's just like, I will like put my head down and work hard, and she finds joy in her work, and she's like really loves this kind of like family that she's built and
the farm that she's
like she really loves it there. Rafe, on the other hand, does not. He did not want to be a farmer, and he wanted to go to college, and now he's stuck with a wife that's ugly and
2 kids.
2 kids. And the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression basically, I think, happened like kind of like simultaneously.
Yeah.
So the crops start like there's a drought that's like, I think it was like for 3 years, like they're getting like barely any rainfall.
Rain. Yeah.
And the crops are failing, which means like the winds pick up and they're just like
blowing the dirt and the
dust
dust
is like tornadoes of dust. And it's like nowhere is safe. Like they're like literally like when the dust storms will hit, they're like in the middle of their house, like under like a table, and like the kids have like gas masks on, and it's like not even like the gas mask can't
It's still
even
getting
keep,
through.
it can't even keep the dirt out of their lungs. I do remember too, like they have like cows and stuff on the farm, and she's like milking the cows, and it's just like dirt is coming out. Yeah, they're just like ingesting dirt,
Powdered milk, if you will.
Yeah, it's bad.
I laugh. It is really sad.
Yeah,
but...
it was so sad. Yeah, like the animals are dying. Like, you know, it's like people in the community just keep leaving. There's all these flyers. Like from, I don't know who's behind the flyers. Like, well, like who's sending these flyers out? But they're basically like, come to California. Like, we have so many jobs and there's no drought there and like blah, 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 blah.
Make all the money.
Yeah, like make all this money. And Elsa like knows better. She's like, if everyone's going to California, like how are there still jobs? Like, and like the Great Depression is also happening. So like she knows that like there are like lots of people that are like homeless and in need. Like she doesn't want to do that to her family.
No.
So she's just like very hopeful that it's going to rain and like save everything. But like Loretta, I think it's like her best friend in school is like, we're leaving. And Loretta, who's like been mostly raised by her father, like they're like little two peas in a pod, and she's like kind of the same little like dreamer attitude that her dad has of like, I don't want to live here, and you know, I want to like grow up and go to college myself, and you know, I think she wants to be a writer or something, which was something her mom wanted to do too. So I'm like, you're your mom's child, like. But she hates her mom. Her mom's to blame for everything. And so she actually is like kind of like putting these little like thoughts in her dad's ear of like
tidbits.
Yeah, like, hey, we, you know, me and you could just go to California and like leave mom behind. Like she's gross anyway. Like like bye. And apparently Rafe listens, but he does not take Loretta with him. He just pieces like in the middle of the night.
Ups and goes.
And Loretta is like distraught. She blames her mom. Like it's like he didn't leave me. Like he left you. Like you're the reason he
left your ugly ass.
Yeah,
Mom.
I know. Basically, she's so mean. She actually like tries to run away at one point to like go find her dad. Like, of course he didn't mean to leave me behind. And then like a big dust storm happens, and she ends up like her mom comes to save the day. And
because she's a good mom.
Yeah, because that's like, if anything, like she like loves her children even when they're like assholes to her. Mm-hmm. And so they're still just like, it's gonna get better, it has to get better. But then Aunt ends up getting like really sick, and the dust storms are like so bad that he's like not like, he has like no energy. He's like not waking up from sleep. He's like coughing up blood.
Sweet poor baby.
I know, dude. He's so cute in my head.
I
he's
know.
Just he's just like the cutest, and he's adorable. Like I love him so much. But yeah, so they end up like they have no money, and they're literally just like, I don't care. Like a hospital can't. I always assumed a hospital could not refuse you. You find out later in the book that apparently they could.
True.
Apparently they could. But yeah, so she takes him to the hospital basically with no intent of paying, but like, you know, fix my kid. And he does recover at the hospital. But the doctor's basically like, he can't stay here. Like you have to leave. Which is off, you know, it's devastating to her. But they kind of all make this plan that they're going to go to California. And, the problem is like right before they leave, the Martinellis basically say like, we're not coming with you. Like you have to go by yourself. They, you know, worked so hard for this land. The government is going to pay them to plant grass to like help with like soil retention and blah, blah,
all the
blah.
dust from blowing around.
Yeah. And they're like pay for the dead animals. Like they're basically like, the government is like trying to help the farmers like recover from the Dust Bowl. So they're like, we're going to hang around and do that. But like Aunt's problem is like immediate. So like you guys,
You gotta go.
And so she like doesn't want to go, but she has no other choice. And so she leaves with her 12-year-old daughter and her 7-year-old son, and they have like just enough gas. Well, I think they have to like stop and get gas, but they have like just enough money for gas.
Yeah, they have gas and money for gas.
Yeah,
and that's about it.
And that's it. I think like by the time they get to California, they have like $12
to their name.
Yeah, but like it wasn't even like, so like getting to California was like a
treachery
huge hurdle to like get over. There's like a guy that like basically tries to rob them, and then Loretta's little badass is like, hey, by the way, we have a rifle, and like put my mom down or I'll shoot you. And he's like, yeah, you're not gonna do that, little girl. And she's like,
watch me.
Yeah, she's like, try me. My daddy left me. I have nothing left to live for.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, this girl is like hormones.
Well, and it's like people versus people.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like I will say, like, there are some like scary kind of parts of that in the book, but then there's also like really heartwarming parts where it's like people that you didn't expect help from,
they gave it.
That like they gave help. So there is like yeah, the book is so sad. But it's also like very heartwarming, and like you feel like there's hope in humanity type thing. So they do end up making it to California. And I remember like when I was reading this, like everything had sucked so hard for the first like half of this book. And I was just like, oh, thank God. Like they made it to California. Like I was so happy. And I was like telling my husband this. I'm like, he grew up in Oklahoma. So like he knows what happened in California. Yeah. And he was like, oh, they just got to California? Like how much do you have left in the book? And I was like, yeah, I think I'm about like a third of the way through. And he's like, yeah, it's not good.
I think you would text me and I'd be like, it'll get better. Just keep reading.
You telling me that was like the only reason I like stuck with this book, because I could just like tell my mental health was just like declining. I was just like, I don't know.
So much depression.
I know. I was like, I don't know if I could take this. But yeah, it's like it is such like the characters are amazing. So they get to California and everything's great.
Or so they thought.
Yeah,
it would
just kidding.
be.
It wasn't. So they're everyone calls them Okies, even though they're from Texas. So I guess it doesn't matter where you came from. If you like immigrated to California, you're an Okie.
Yeah.
And Okies were treated like they're like non-human animals, like they're dirty and gross and don't touch them kind of thing.
You'll get diseases.
Yeah, they have diseases. And so they kind of thought that they could like stay at like a hotel or a motel or whatever when they get there until she was able to find work. But like no one will even like rent, like with the $12 that they have, no one will even rent to them. And so they're forced to kind of stay at this like camp where all these other, immigrants are staying, and there's like no running water.
It's like tents, isn't it?
It's like all tents. Everyone's just like, I don't know if there's just like a poop area or what. A poop hole. There's like a gross, dirty creek that you have to like boil the water. Like people are like dying of diphtheria and typhoid. And Loretta like doesn't want it at all. She's like, no, this is not how California was supposed to be. And Elsa's like, okay, well, like we'll stay here one night because like where else are we gonna stay?
There's nowhere else to go.
Yeah, and then she ends up like the next day tries to go find work. She finds work doing some housework for this woman who's just like awful to her. Like you're not allowed to touch anything because you're
treats
gross.
her like Okie trash.
Yeah, basically. And then like at the end of the day, she's like worked 10 hours and she's like, okay, like money, please. And the lady like gives her like 40 cents and she's like, it cost me like 20 cents just to drive here. Like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, if you don't want it, like I don't have to give it to you. Like they're basically like,
it's
you take it
or nothing.
Yeah, it's this or nothing. And so she is, like she kind of has this realization that the camp is going to have to be where they stay. And she actually meets this like really nice family at the camp who have like 4 kids, and I think her name was Jean was the mom, and they're like, you need to apply for state assistance basically. Or whatever. And she's like, we don't take help from the government because they're like, like
it's not how they were raised.
Yeah, that's not. That was like that was like inconceivable to them. And then she kind of, slowly starts to realize that she has no other, like, how else is she going to feed her family? But the problem is you actually can't receive state assistance until you've been a resident for a year.
Damn.
So, I'll end there. Cliffhanger.
Dang.
So, how, is Elsa going to provide for her family? You'll have to find out.
You might read the book.
I hope you do. So I wanted to add like a little, like I went through Goodreads, and was looking at the reviews for the book, and surprise, not everyone felt the way that I felt. There are a lot of people that like agreed with me. I can't actually remember what the score was. I think it was like close to a 4, if not a 4, which is pretty good for Goodreads. Like, people are harsh on Goodreads. But just like a tiny little spoiler, so there is an element of communism in the book. But I will remind you that it is a historical novel, so it's not like it just like comes out of nowhere. But this review really made me laugh. So let me get this straight. A book that supports and pushes communism as the answer to struggles in America? What the heck is the world coming to when authors write things like this? What a good... Oh, sorry.
I really like how into it you are.
Yeah, I know. Was it a good story? Yes. Well written? Yes. But the hidden agenda and blatant glorification of communism is a huge problem for me. I won't be reading any more from this author. If you don't like this country and our form of government, it's time for you to move. Go live in a communist country and come back and tell me how great it is. Go for it. Which, like, I'm sorry. Okay. I won't get into any of the politics of it, but there was some people that were like, I was like,
listen.
Yeah. They said, if you want to criticize the historical accuracy of the book, go ahead. But you cannot criticize a book because it is historically accurate. Like,
true.
Yeah. Like,
read your history.
Yeah. Just read your history. Like, what do you mean? Anyway. Okay. So, another person, they apparently didn't like the book, but not for this reason. They said, good grief, this isn't a good book, but that's what you complain about? You missed the whole damn point.
Yeah.
And I agree.
Mic drop.
Yeah. Except it was a good book. Like, it was
a really good book. Oh, that's so funny.
So Andrea, what did you read?
Well, so I decided to read a little book called The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. Grady. His name's
Grady.
It's Grady Hendrix.
I actually own this book. I have not read it, but I own it. I have a couple of. I think he's a he, by the way.
It's a he.
Yeah. Okay. I had always assumed it was a woman. Oh no. No, that was just an assumption that I had, and then I don't know. Grady sounds.
Everybody's a woman when you're a woman.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
If you're a man, everybody's a man.
Good point.
So no, it was a really good book. I enjoyed it. It's about there's a support group, if you will, like an AA situation, but it's all with girls that have been through like basically real life slasher films. So like Scream, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like they're the girls that like live at the end and they're like at the credits,
Yeah,
like,
I love a good final girl.
So yeah, Final Girl.
Yeah,
it is. And I just finished watching all the Scream movies.
Oh, did you? We just watched a bunch of the Friday the 13th.
See, we did that last year.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th and Halloween is what we watched last year. So, anyway, so I was like, okay, well, like, I know it's the tail end of the Halloween season and everything.
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like my portrayal of the synopsis is not as well done because I was sick, like called into work sick for 2 days and was dying and didn't actually get to. I finished it yesterday and didn't have time to I have to.
It's okay.
Make my notes. Okay. I made a little bit of notes, but the girls meet regularly for the support group. It's led by a counselor, Dr. Carol Elliott is her name. And they've been doing it for so long, I don't think they even actually talk about anything. There's like a girl bitching that she's hungry, she didn't have time to stop for food, like they should provide snacks, and the other girl is always there with a Starbucks, and they're like bitching about how that's like distracting from like the matter, but they don't ever, I think it makes it sound like they don't ever really talk about anything. They just come there and bitch, and they're all final girl.
Yeah.
There's like 6 of them.
They just all have trauma that they don't talk about.
Yeah. So they're all in this group, and they're like, well, Adrian's not here. Like, she's always here. She's always late. Da, da, da. So like time kind of ticks on, and they're like, they find out she's been murdered. And dun, dun, dun. A final girl murdered.
Is that allowed?
It's
only in the sequel.
Only, and some of them have had sequels to their like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like,
does it reference any of the movies, or is it just like assumed?
Not by name, but like, a lot of the girls, like, I think 2 of them happened at a camp, so it was very like Friday the 13th, yeah. And then like the main girl, her name's Lynette Talkington. She was kind of more of like a. Maybe like a Halloween Scream. It was like a boyfriend situation.
Oh, yeah. Scream.
So I've really enjoyed that franchise. Yeah. Maybe too much. But so panic ensues because there's like the way that Adrian was murdered, I guess, was really referential to like, oh shit, like somebody knows about us, they know about our group, like this panic ensues about it. Basically, I've said that like 3 times. It's fine. I'm aware.
Doing great.
So Lynette goes and goes to her house. It's an apartment. Mm-hmm. And it's like fortified. She talks about how when she rented it, she asked about like modifications she can make. They're like, we don't fucking care. And so there's like a what I picture is like a jail cell door that like surrounds the interior of the front door, and like a code you have to put in. It's like fortified, and nobody's ever been in there. She does have a plant. Its name is Fine. It's a plant. It's like it's a pepper plant. Its name's Fine. She chats. She thinks, dog. She's like super paranoid. She's always like, I'm looking at everybody's shoes, like to make sure, like in passing, like she takes multiple different subways and trains to get to where she's at, just to like avoid a regular route. Like she's real, like,
yeah, she's traumatized.
She's got some trauma. I don't blame her. So, but this plant, I really like that she has a best friend plant named Fine, but it's Fine because it's a final plant. All the other plants died, and so this is the one that made it, and so it's really significant to her.
Yeah.
But so she goes home after this group, and she's like looking up things on the internet, and all of a sudden there's like a ring at her doorbell. And she looks out, and it's one of the girls from the support group. Her name's Julia. She's in a wheelchair, and she's like, I know you're in here. And she had given her a letter that was like, if shit hits the fan, like, here's my address. You can come over. You can call me, whatever. And she's like, shit has not hit the fan yet. I am not answering that door. And then she comes back with a guy that... I know I just finished this yesterday, but...
It's fine.
He's like I want to say he's like a reporter type of guy that like interviewed her before, and so he's dressed up in like the Scream mask with like a fake knife up to Julia's neck and was like, you better let me in or I'm gonna kill her. And so she like always carries a gun, so like she buzzes them in, they get in that little entry cage, and she's like, shots fired. They're like, no, don't shoot.
We were just trying to get you to open the door.
So like he gets shot, Julia's like, what the fuck? And so like
he did get shot?
Yeah, she accidentally shot, like not like a
not like a deadly shot.
It's not
like an arm.
It's not, yeah, it's just like maybe a leg. Maybe he didn't get shot. I feel like he shot though.
He got a little shot.
The author is really like fast paced, and wants to give you that same kind of like anxiety feel when you read the book. So sometimes it's a little hard to follow, but it wasn't bad enough that I didn't like. I'm like, no, dude, like this is going. Yeah. I'm curious, so like all of a sudden the reporter guy like opens her windows and blinds, and she's like, no, don't do that. And all of these shots start come, like snipers and bullets are coming in through her apartment out of nowhere. Like, she's like, what the hell? And so he ends up getting shot. Julia gets shot too, and she grabs her plant fine and she fucking books it. She's got an escape route.
Me and this plant are gonna make it out alive.
Me and Fine are getting out of here. I promise Fine that if anything happened, I would. And she's got this like moral guilt about leaving Julia behind because she's one of the they're all sisters basically. So the whole book kind of revolves around.
So did Julia? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't skip ahead.
No.
Okay. Yeah. You don't have to. You don't have to spoil.
No, she doesn't. You will find that out later and why. But so she escapes and she has like a way to get out of the emergency exit without like setting an alarm off or whatever. She gets to her car and she's like, escape plan, like, oh shit, all of my tires are slashed. Like, I check on it every week, like randomly, and suddenly all of it. So now it's even more suspicious.
Uh-oh.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, somebody's coming after these girls. And so she's like, well, if you have one plan, you have nothing. If you have two plans, you have one plan. So she's got a second plan.
I got chills when you say that.
Yeah. Okay. And that was like the quote that I'm like, I didn't have to write that down. I remember it. Actually, it's true because I might slightly be very relatable. Not that I've ever been through murders or anything like that, but
do you think you would be a final girl? Because I have it in my head I would.
Oh dude, I would.
I think everyone probably thinks that. I'm like, oh yeah, I would kick some ass.
I think I would, but then I remember like my go-to like escape mechanisms that are just ingrained in me are not always the smartest, but I feel like I can get out of them very well. Because like fear does things to you. So anyway, so this all happens. She ends up meeting up with another final girl, and then she ends up going to jail. And one of the guards, the guy that arrested her was the cop that was working the case for her murders. And they ended up having...
Are they like actually blaming her for this? Or...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So they have a little history together, and I'm not gonna say. So she's like, oh my god, it's him. He's trying to kill me. Da, da, da. So like the amount of times that I thought I knew who the killer was in this book is like numerous. I was like, oh no, it's this person. Oh no, and like just the I think it was the anticipation of finding out like who it actually was. And so she goes through all of these scenarios of trying to figure it out. She's going to people, they're being unalived, if you will, in her support group. And so
all right,
they're being murdered.
Yeah. I
and
liked unalived.
It's like it's her. Everybody at one point turns against her, so she's on her own, but she's also like, I mean, she had a problem with leaving Julia in her apartment, and she's struggling with this like moral problem of like, I shouldn't have done that, and then she's like trying to save other people at the same time, and it's like this guilt-ridden like, I need to be the bigger person situation through the whole book. So I think that's really all I have to say about it, because if I tell you more, it will give a lot away. Yeah, that's just good. The kind of book it is. So you should read it. I tried to find a Goodreads review worth mentioning all day today. Yeah. And all of them were just synopsises of the book.
Yeah, there were a lot of mine too that were just like paragraphs.
And so what I had came to the conclusion of is people either really hated this book because it was slightly irritating, some of the characters, or they really enjoyed this book. This is the first book that I have read by that author, and I think a lot of the reviewers had read the other books by him that were better, and were just like, I was expecting so much more, and like, I never have that mentality when I read multiple books by the same author, because I know everything's different. Like, people change styles, they change like how they write, and
they become better over time.
They're either better or, you know, everybody's got shit in life. Like, maybe they had a bad, like,
yeah, maybe they're just like trying to shoot out a book to make money, you know?
Yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I didn't think I was gonna finish it, but I was so like gripped into it that I was like, nope, I'm doing this, and it was great. You should read it.
I'm really glad you actually did like a slasher one, because I just finished reading My Heart as a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones.
I want to read that so bad.
So good. They talk extensively about final girls.
Really?
Like, well, I was gonna say the main character, she's like convinced that like a slasher situation is happening in her town.
Yeah.
And there's like this new girl that moves there, and she's like, listen, you check all the final girl boxes, like you're gonna need to like get ready.
Watch your back.
But it's really good, and that's actually why we had started watching like all the Friday the 13th and stuff, because like the references in that book are just like extensive. And I was like, I haven't seen so many of these.
Which, I mean, in the book that I read, a lot of the final girls were their background story of like what murders happened around them were kind of based on horror slasher movies. So if you like had watched them, you could pick up on it. What I wanted to say was I really, really liked at the very end of the book, Hendrix does like this acknowledgments, and he references a lot of fake slasher movies throughout the book.
Yeah.
Just to kind of tie in
with
it. So like Scream, they had stab or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So like it's kind of the same idea through this book, but at the very end, he's got all these acknowledgments from his like fictional movies, but he credits people in the slasher industry. So he mentions like director Stephen Graham Jones for one, and then he like name drops or like changes the name slightly of like a bunch of really popular people that are significant to the slasher franchise, like in general. So I thought that was really cool. So that's
cool.
That was the book. I hope you guys read both of our books. They're very vastly different.
They're very different.
I will try not to only read slasher horror novels for our podcast, but
I mean, there's a lot.
They're some of my favorite things to read.
Yeah,
so
you really like horror.
But I also, I mean, I love other genres too. So,
I've been on kind of like a historical fiction
kick
recently.
Yeah,
because I just read like all the well, not all of them, but I read the first 3 Outlanders.
Oh yeah, that's right. I really need to read those.
They're really good.
I think my fallback is always like, oh, I don't really have anything that sounds good to read. I'm gonna read just this,
which is kind of like mystery for me. At least it used to be. Now I am getting more into horror, I think.
I think I had to find the right author to kind of dive me into that, and I started off with little things here and there, and they were okay, and then I started getting into more that I hadn't really heard much about.
Yeah, like mystery is like, it's such a big genre.
What kind of mystery?
Like,
is it a whodunit?
Yeah, whodunit for sure. Like I don't really like the thrillers as much. Like I definitely like a Agatha Christie style, or definitely like a detective situation. Because I read those the Anthony Horowitz Magpie Murders. They just like came out with a third one, in that one I just read. I think it's Marble Hall Murders is what it's called. But yeah, it's very Agatha Christie-esque, very like that's like my like safe space. Which is what I should have read after I finished Four Winds, but instead I started reading 1984, which was also a bad idea.
That one's
I'm just like going down rabbit holes.
Way to jump right into
I know.
that.
I don't know what I was thinking. I had like a soccer friend say she just finished reading it, and I was like waiting on like Libby. I was waiting on hold like for another book, so I was like, sure, why not? And then I like just it's bad. It's getting really bad.
I think this year I've read some dark stuff, but it's been kind of a dark year for me anyway. I'm going to my 7th funeral for the last year. I think the Monday before Thanksgiving. So it's just
We need to
I'm
get you
just
some
in a
happier
lot.
books.
I told one of the people I work with, I was like, if you hear of somebody having a wedding, I don't care who it is or if I know them, I need to go to a wedding or a baby shower because I need to go to a party that's happy.
Yeah. Oh,
Please
yeah.
and thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude.
But I mean, it happens. I mean, there's years that
It happens.
it happens. Part of life, man. Circle, circle. I'm just gonna keep
Circle,
reading.
circle, dot, dot.
Now I got
Now
my
I got a
cootie
cootie
shot.
Oh, let's try to end this on a knot.
Let's see. The good news is,
Yeah, what's the good news?
all of my animals and husband are very happy at
Oh, there
home
you
right
go.
now,
Yeah.
just chilling, and I'm hanging out with my best friend.
Yeah.
And we're talking about
Life is
something-
good.
We were talking about something we love,
Yeah.
which is
Just talking about
reading,
books.
regardless of the
Yeah, we're
content.
doing what we would do anyway. We're just recording it.
We just want to talk about it with you guys. So.
Yeah. So we
I
hope you like our books. We hope you give them a shot.
hope you continue to join us on this endeavor.
Yeah. We'll see you maybe in 2 weeks, I think was how.
2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
We'll sign out.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.